Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jeff. So today, right now, I want to make a video covering a multitude of different topics. Number one thing being, what is going on with CoinMarketCap? Why is the CoinMarketCap website um, changing the prices around on us without giving any explanation? It's no big deal. I'm not upset with CoinMarketCap. In fact, I'm happy about what they said. If I just go onto their Twitter, the, this morning, we excluded some Korean exchanges in price calculations due to the extreme divergence in prices from the rest of the world and limited arbitrage opportunity. We are working on better tools to provide users with the average that are most relevant to them. Okay. They put out information about why they did this, and um, yeah, it is having an effect on the price on CoinMarketCap, but not the overall price. Now, because I don't know how we as a community or as cryptocurrency investors got into a position where we became a bunch of whiners about everything. And I mean that. I'm not just saying that anymore. No, there's a lot of whining. A lot of whining. Um, like, take a moment to really think about that. And I'm going to have to think about it myself to see if I'm a whiner. I probably am. But I will say that on top of myself, I see a lot of whining going on here. Let's see what the comments say. You mean that because Korean demand has pushed up the price, you decided to try and put your finger on the balance and ignore 40% of the market for XRP because that doesn't smell of market manipulation at all? Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people who use these words, manipulation and scam and all this and that. I think it's good to keep the bad actors out of the bunch. Um, so, you know, outside of that, there's a lot of whining going on, and I think some of us veterans are gonna have to step in and keep these newbies in check and let them know, like, if they want to do whining, they can go hang out on MTV vlogs or go hang out in Call of Duty chat rooms or wherever people go to whine and complain and fight and argue and bicker. But cryptocurrency, this is a professional environment, and I think we should try to uphold that and set a new precedence of internet technology being not about complaining and whining and throwing around false accusations left and right for whatever reasons, okay? And that's just basically the way I see it as an adult. I mean, we can be children here, we can be young juveniles or whatever we want to be, but I think the mature way to look at it is, due process and just go through the steps, but don't be so quick to point the finger, kind of thing. Okay, including myself. I try not to attack other YouTubers. I try not to attack cryptocurrencies. I try not to go in on those guys like that because I don't think it's appropriate and it's not professional. Even when there is a little bit of what is it, something that smells a little bit different, I try to back off it, and I don't really try to dogpile onto it. I just go in the other direction. I what's that saying? It takes a bigger man to walk away. I guess when I first heard that, I said, what does that really mean? And so instead of getting in there and squabbling and bickering and gawking and doing all that, I decided I just stay out of it if I can. Now, with that being said, CoinMarketCap is having some issues, and exponential growth, cryptocurrency exchanges are adding 100,000 users plus per day. So I would not be too concerned about what's going on with the market right now. I know there's a lot of newbies who are super panicked, and they're new. So, of course, they're going to be super panicked. That's just the way it is. Every newbie gets panicked when things go red, and every newbie gets a state of euphoria, like they're on MDMA or something, or having an ecstasy roll or something like this at a rave. When it goes into the green, like their life is going to change, and they start seeing Bentleys and yachts and mansions. and then when it goes into the red, everyone's a scam coin or a hype coin. Market manipulation is occurring. So some of the veterans out there, if you guys can help keep the noobs in line, I mean, I'll do my best with the videos that I make, but at the end of the day, it's a business, it's trading. I mean, essentially we're a part of Wall Street 2.0, but we're trying to learn from Wall Street's mistakes and not have that apply in cryptocurrency. But that's essentially what it is. A coin is essentially a stock. You buy one coin, you get a share, right? Now, with that being said, I recently was approached by the Safe Haven Inheritance ICO. If you don't know what that is, it's an ICO where, um, or it's a cryptocurrency where if something were to happen to you, your coins, if you're signed up with them, they can access your private key from a cold storage that you would provide them that would allow your family to inherit your cryptocurrency. There's nothing like this out there. So when they approached me with being a part of their social media advisory team, I accepted, and I felt honored. Some of the comments down here kind of caught my attention, and I thought that I should respond to that, and I'll explain where my head's at on this one. For transparency, how much did they pay you? You should have stated that, really. Now, I think that's a reasonable, I don't think he threw out too much, I think he phrased it correctly. He didn't misphrase it, but I did respond. I said, they haven't paid me yet for my work. I haven't done anything. So they just asked me to work as an advisor for them. And I said, but let me ask you this. If I do work for them, should I get paid? Does your employer pay you for your work? In full transparency, should you have to tell hundreds of thousands of people, what you get paid? Is basically what I meant. Like, should I have to tell 100,000 people what I make? I guess. I mean, do I have to be like a pro quarterback and be like, this is how much he makes? I mean, am I a pro quarterback? But do you guys have to tell a whole bunch of people how much money you make? I mean, when I was a young kid, my parents used to say, I used to say to somebody, hey, how much money do you make? They say, oh, don't say that. That's rude. You never ask someone how much money they make. But now in this paradigm with cryptocurrency, and I've been transparent on some, but I didn't feel good about it. It just didn't set right with me. I mean, even when my close friends and family ask me how much Bitcoin I have, I'm like, I'm going to have to say I don't really talk about my personal finances like that. And I tried it. I tried putting out, some of that, but I don't think it sets right with me, and I don't think it's appropriate, and I wouldn't do it to you guys. That's why I said I would never have the audacity to ask you how much you get paid for your work. Think about it. Now, really think about that. If you have somebody coming up to you and asking you how much you make at your job that doesn't know you, you've never met them face to face, you don't know what their intentions are, you don't know if they're a bad actor or an outstanding citizen just trying to learn a little bit from you, right? I mean, I try to help people out, but I think I'm not going to go to Tron or Justin Sun and say, hey, Justin, how much are you going to get paid? Hey, Vitalik, how much do you get paid? Hey, Mike Novogratz, how much do you get paid? Hey, Charlie Lee, how much do you get paid? I'm not going to go do that to those guys. I'm going to let them go about their private business. And it goes back to this one phrase, mind your business. Mind your business. Unless my business starts affecting your business, then I don't think you need to worry about my business, and I don't need to worry about your business. But if we want to come together as friends, as adults, we can have a conversation through YouTube or social media, right? I think that's fair. We'll leave it at that. All right, so moving right along here. Now, we also have an issue with Binance, Bitfinex, Bittrex temporarily saying no to new users. Okay, so some of these cryptocurrency exchanges are not accepting new users. Here it is. Throughout the last half of 2017, digital currency exchanges have posted record numbers of users sign up. Binance is reporting the addition of 250,000 users per day, while Coinbase has reported numerous days of 100,000 user signups, and Kraken boasts 50,000 new users per day. That is unbelievable. That is a lot of new signups per day. That is high, but it's going to get a lot higher than that. These exchanges are having to do infrastructure repairs like they never thought were coming. Well, maybe they did think it was coming, but they didn't think it was coming, or they didn't prepare for it. And I guess they should have been prepared for it, but now they're having to really get in there and revamp everything that's going on because the herd is coming. And that bodes well for you, the early investor. Just remember, I'm never going to ask you how much money you made. That's none of my business. And I don't think other people should ask you that question either. So I think as a community, we should bring that whole it's none of your business into the cryptocurrency space. But moving right along here, shout out to Cointelegraph for all these awesome articles. Now on to CNBC. where we take a look at some of the, well, the mainstream FUD, if you would call it that. Cryptocurrencies are falling, led by Ripple, Bitcoin. They even put these animations out there to say and saying cryptocurrency prices are plunging right now. Oh wow, they're really plunging? Not really, but I guess maybe this is newsworthy. Maybe this is clickbait. Maybe this gets a lot more attention. I don't know, but they definitely put it out there in a fairly dramatic way, right? So moving right along, also, Jamie Dimon says he regrets calling Bitcoin a fraud and believes in the technology behind it, but he still is hesitant to get in on Bitcoin. I regret making that comment, he said Tuesday to Fox Business. The blockchain is real. Dimon added in the interview, you can have crypto dollars and yen and stuff. I like that. Like that, ICOs. You got to look at everyone individually. The Bitcoin was always, to me, what the governments are going to feel about Bitcoin when it gets really big. What? The Bitcoin was always, to me, what the governments are going to feel about Bitcoin when it gets really big. And I just have a different opinion than other people. ICO stands for initial coin offerings, a controversial way of cryptocurrency companies are raising funds. So this leads me on to my next point. I think that the initial coin offerings market is actually a fantastic thing because having worked in tech for a while now, I always said to myself, man, where's all the money at to get these projects up in the air? It does take money to go around, and a lot of these older individuals, the leaders of our nation and people in charge, these older people, they just have all this money stored away and they don't like to let it trickle down into the hands of the young people yet. So because that big money's been on the sidelines or spinning in money market accounts over in Wall Street and not hitting the pavement, letting the millennials and the young people get to work like us, because it takes money to build things because we have to do what? We have to pay people. I know a lot of you guys think that in cryptocurrency or have this misconception that because it's cryptocurrency, people work for free. It doesn't work like that. I mean, do you work for free? If you got a job at cryptocurrency, should you have to work for free, right? And the answer should be no, because you have to pay your bills, you have to pay for food. You can't go to your landlord and say, hey, can I live here for free? You can't do that, right? You can't go to Safeway or some food grocery store and say, hey, can I get my groceries for free? I guess some of you guys are maybe on EBT, but I doubt it. I don't think many of you are on EBT. But, it takes a job to pay for the bills. You have to pay your insurance. You have to pay your car. So people get paid, including myself, including you, and including your mom and your dad. And it's no one's real business to ask what the boss pays them, is it? But even with these cryptocurrencies, these projects that you guys are investing in, they're going into work. I mean, it's what it is. They're going into work, so they got to get paid. And I think it's a great idea because ICOs or raising crowdfunding for projects is a way to get innovation going and inspire people to work. Because I know you guys are inspired by cryptocurrency, not because it sounds cool, but because you're making money with it, because you have dreams and aspirations, and you should be able to pursue those dreams and aspirations. And I think that a lot of the millennial generation and the people in their 20s in particular have really had a tough go at opportunity. I'm 34. I was when I was first coming up, I could get a legitimate job that paid pretty good money when I came out of high school. I don't think many 20-year-olds today have that same kind of opportunity that I had at 20 to make a decent. My first year out of high school was a very successful year for me. And I never would have thought that was going to happen, but because the economy was so strong back then, we were in a strong economy. But I don't think that exists anymore, and I think that we're going to need a lot more money and a lot more opportunity and prosperity and new wealth creation to come into the market in order to help lift people up. And I think a lot of these anxieties and these depressions and things and these lack of purpose problems that people suffer from, in particular the young millennials who the baby boomers called lazy and were handed trophies. Well, how about we give them an opportunity to prove themselves? And I think the cryptocurrency and the blockchain is what's going to happen. And I hope each and every single one of you guys make a lot of money. so that you guys can go on to do bigger and better things with all your success. And that is what inspires me to do these videos. More than anything, it is to inspire you guys to reach your full potential and realize that there's a lot of opportunity out there. And the worst fear that I have is that some government would come in, or some old fogey would come in and try and shut the whole thing down. So I say, let's get in there. Everybody, let's be successful. Let's have proper fundamentals in our trading habits and just be successful. And that's my rant for the night, because I think it's important that everybody keeps focused, doesn't get too stuck in tunnel vision, remains flexible, thinks outside the box, minds their own business, but also takes care of their colleagues. So you can mind your own business and take care of your friends. You know, it's possible. Let's try it. See you guys later.